Yes, it happened. How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back. We are fresh off a stream, and the outcome of the YCS in Bologna requires a video immediately. Joshua Schmidt taking down the event with none other than Bystial Runick. Let's get into it. So you might remember a few weeks ago, I uploaded a few videos about Runick Bystials, how to play them, how to build a deck, my deck list, gameplay reviews of me playing the deck. I never in a million years thought Joshua Schmidt would take Runick Bystial to YCS Bologna and win the entire event. If you would have said that, I would call you crazy, but it happened. And we're here to break down some of the event and mostly Josh's build. So before we begin, first of all, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. This is the place for Bystial branded and Runick content. This is the place, so you're gonna wanna stay subscribed, turn on the bell as well. Joshua Schmidt taking down the event. I have some notes here, so I'm gonna be reading some of that because my voice is like, I've been streaming the whole weekend, the whole YCS weekend, so it's kind of nice. So yeah, check out the videos after you finish the stream and learn how to play the deck, how to build it, a deck list. It's probably gonna be a little bit of time before Josh uploads his deck list. It's not extremely different from mine, but there is a few notable differences. So first of all, here's an image of the entire room, right? The whole event breakdown on the screen right now. Pretty even, right? 12% for the most represented deck is not heard of in a while now. So the meta is relatively balanced, even, spread out quite thin. And the top cut is a bit different because we see Rescue A still on top, Unchained, Labyrinth, those usual suspects. I think Labyrinth was pretty well represented. It was doing well, and we saw a lot of feature matches with it. But Rescue A is still reigning supreme. But two notable differences. One, Brand Despia making it all the way to the top 4, which is crazy. Shout out to Victor, previous national champion this season alongside me, and also just an amazing Branded Despia player. So congratulations to him. Hopefully, if you guys are watching this, or Victor, if you're watching this, talk to me because I want to interview you. If you can get me a way to reach out to Victor, then please let me know. Josh, playing branded Runick Bystial. Let's talk a little bit about the deck. So overall, we can see a lot of the things that were in my deck list as well. The Coral Dragon, the Bystials, the Baron, the Runick, the Regained. Let's break down a little bit more of the deep cuts of what Josh actually played. First of all, we saw Josh playing the usual Bystial lineup. Probably 3 Bystial Lubellion, 1 of each other Bystial. We saw that much. I think it's correct because you want to leave space for some hand traps, and obviously your pretty big Runick engine. You need access to it all the time. We did see Bystial Aluber finally making an appearance. It was Josh's 3rd feature match of the day. Top 8 was a really good match against Juho playing Labyrinth. It was really stressful, and it was kind of hard for Josh to beat that. But here, he made kind of a light work out of it, except for game 1. And we did see the Bystial lineup, the Bystial Aluber, no branded Beast, which is common, and we did see 2 branded Regained, because it's honestly one of the best cards in the game. We saw that Josh was always aiming. We just saw that card land on the board. SP Little Knight, banishing your opponent's light and dark monsters, shuffling back into the deck with branded Regained. So you get a draw, and they don't get their card back at the end phase, which is a very good and powerful combo, combining SP Little Knight. And this is, a lot of people have been asking me about this deck in Master Duel. This is one of the main reasons why it's still not up there with the power level it should have. Now, one of the more interesting things was Duality. We saw Josh playing the card Duality. If you don't know what it does, it tributes, I believe it's a fusion monster, right? Light or dark fusion monster. And then summons from the deck or extra deck a monster that has the opposite attribute but the same type. And we saw a few interesting targets. So first of all, we saw in the finals, we saw Scarlight Hot Red Archfiend Abyss, which is Abyss, of course. Which is, of course, a time card that can inflict damage, is a big body, and since it's a level 8 dragon, you can use the Bystial Lubellion, who's a level 8 light dragon, to summon it, which is very cool. We also saw Alvain, the Essence of Vanity, which is Unfortunately for Josh, a normal monster, which you can't make SP Little Knight with, but it is a level 2 Dark Fairy, which means that you can tribute your Hugin, dodge something like an Imperm or a Veiler, resolve the effect, and then get the body back on board. You can't use it for SP Little Knight, unfortunately, so Josh did get a warning there, I think, for using it, and they reverted it eventually. The most interesting was the Fabled Unicorn, which is a light level 4 Synchro Beast, which is sort of like a floodgate. If both players have the same amount of cards in hand, your opponent's any card effect that your opponent activates is negated, something like that. So because Runick can manipulate the cards in hand really easily and match it to their opponent, it's kind of hard to pull it off, but we did see it make an appearance, which was actually really surprising and insane. And again, SP Little Knight, as I mentioned, really carries this deck. Great synergy with Branded Regained, and just overall, absolutely amazing card that this deck has a really easy job making, because you can always spam out your fusions to make it live with its first on summon effect. Another thing that we saw, this deck can use its normal summon only for Quem most of the time. Quem, by the way, stonks to hell. Check out my Twitter for the full Starlight image of all of my branded Starlights finally getting some light to shine in after this Josh win. But we did see Denko Sekka, which is actually a pretty insane choice, because Denko Sekka into a Labyrinth board, into a Rescue Ace board, into an Unchained board is a great way to deal with the board and the whole back row. So that was amazing. So yeah, you're probably going to see a lot of Bystial Runick content. Of course, I'm going to still be making... I have a lot of Master Duel content from the streams, which I'm going to upload. Hopefully, maybe we can get Josh to talk with us about the deck. I will reach out to him. Probably a lot of people are going to want to talk to him, but I kind of know Josh. Hopefully, I can get in touch with him and talk to him about his choice for the event. That is going to be huge. So that is it for me for the YCS recap. Not so much of a recap, more of like just a show of admiration and appreciation for Josh for piloting this deck, bringing it into the spotlight, giving us branded enjoyers a lot to be happy with. So yeah, again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Not going to run you too long, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.